It's been a while since I made videos about superhero stuff, unless of course you count the best superhero movie of all time, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. But a couple years ago I did videos about almost every Arrowverse show, and then I just kind of like stopped for whatever reason. Somewhat recently, however, DC and CW have come out with a couple new shows, one of which is Stargirl. Now I've been getting a lot of requests to check this one out, and wouldn't you know, today's the day. So let's take a walk. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. If you haven't heard of Raid Shadow Legends by now, then you probably don't watch as much YouTube as I do. But still, it's a really good looking free-to-play mobile/desktop RPG where you can choose from hundreds of different champions from a bunch of different factions. Like they got orcs, dwarves, high elves, undead, probably gonna add like Care Bears and Teletubbies at some point. But you form your team and you can either play through this epic high fantasy Game of Thrones style storyline, or you can do a bunch of PvP stuff in the arena with your favorite champions. Like, since I prefer the undead horde because they look way cooler than everybody else, I like to use Bad Alcazar mainly because he dresses so extra. Like, how do you go to the bathroom in that thing? Now they just released a bunch of champion updates where they tweaked and rebalanced like 20 different champions to make PvP battle arenas even more competitive. And also the Forge just came out, so now you can save time and start crafting top quality artifacts and stuff, so you can start competing right away. So click the links in the description below, and if you're a new player, you're gonna get 100,000 silver, 50 gems, 10 mystery shards, and a free champion, the Slasher. And you'll find all these rewards in your inbox right up here. So if you're interested, go check out Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, back to the show. We start off with a little flashback of 10 years ago where we get this overly drawn out scene of a bunch of superheroes just kind of like saying each other's names over and over again.
Starman! Wildcat! Dr. Midnight! Hourman! Starman! Brainwave!
So what we learned from this prologue thing is that there used to be this group called the Justice Society, but 10 years ago they were all killed or destroyed or mud-handed or whatever, you know, superhero stuff. And then the world was plunged into darkness, hoping that one day someone would rise up and put on their own footy pajamas to fight crime, which somehow we've all come to accept as totally normal.
Oh, it's over. But the Justice Society must live on. Someone with honor, strength, must carry the torch. I'll try. Not you.
This literally just sounds like me in high school getting friend zoned by every girl. Oh golly gee, if only I could find a guy who was as sensitive and caring as you. I mean, I'm right here. Oh, if only there was a guy out there who was like you, but not actually you though. Oh goodness, no, not you. But you know, someone just like you. Oh, what a dream that would be. But at any rate, this brings us to present day, where we meet our main character, Courtney, who is reluctantly packing up her things and getting ready to move.
Can't believe you're moving.
Me neither.
I really am gonna miss you.
Which, I mean, yeah, you know, like moving sucks, but hey, fresh start, new school full of kids who don't always bring up that time you farted in 5th grade. I mean, hey, it might not be so bad.
Here comes the new dad.
He's not my new dad. He's the reason we're moving to Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska. Never mind, it's worse than I thought. So here's what the show wants you to think is going on. Courtney over here is the daughter of Starman, the guy who died like 10 seconds ago, and her new dad is Pat, the guy who got sidekick zoned or whatever that was all about. And now I'm starting to wonder what was really going on in that opening scene, cause just a couple things here maybe start to look a little suspicious, all right? But anyway, after packing everything up, the whole family drives all the way from LA to Nebraska.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Afternoon. Hello. Hello. How are you?
You know, normally this would just be awkward, but after surviving this long in 2020, this scene right here is like a literal nightmare I have almost every night. So after this, it's Courtney's first day at her new school, and she gets her new ID, which somehow still turns out better than any of my senior pictures ever did. And as these kinds of shows always go, later that day, she has to face the biggest dilemma of her entire life.
Where to eat lunch.
Wow. She ends up sitting at the same table I used to sit at back in high school with all the other losers who everyone's actually just jealous of, right? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying, everybody? Anybody else? Hello?
So, what do you guys do for fun around here?
Oh, we're not friends. This is the table for the singles.
The singles?
The loser.
Do you guys smell that? You smell something? Smells like
a guy whose hair looks like a yeast infection. But anyway, these jock guys harass this poor girl, and then Courtney's like, hey, knock it off. And then this guy's like, nah. And then Courtney just kind of whoop. And of course she gets in trouble, which lands her in detention, so she misses her bus and has to walk home all by herself like a square. Now, as you can imagine, Courtney's getting pretty fed up about all this, like her new dad, moving to Nebraska, new school, no friends, everything just sucks all at once, and she's pretty much had it. So she heads on down into the basement and she's all like, stupid stepdad, and that's when she finds something a little interesting.
So lame.
You thought the fish picture was lame. Turns out her mom married one of these kinds of guys. Seeing this, for whatever reason, she gets curious about it and starts digging through Pat's stuff, which leads her to find Starman's old scepter staff thing. And it literally drags her into the middle of town so she can, do gymnastics.
Awesome!
Yep. Then it picks her up and flies her off to the local drive-in theater where we once again see the football jock with gynecological issues terrorizing some local nerds because deep down he really just wants to feel something. But when Courtney sees this, she gets the idea to get revenge on them because like, yeah, I mean, when you have a magic scepter, like sure, you can do a couple flippy flips or you can melt some dude's face off. I mean, hey, tomato, tomato.
Dead kid.
Now, realizing she may have gone a little too far, she flies back home and goes to put the scepter back in the box. But guess who's right there waiting for her when she gets back?
That's incredibly dangerous.
I know. It blew up a car.
You blew up a car.
I didn't, it did.
Are you okay? And was anyone hurt?
Everyone's fine. The car lost a little resale value, though.
Resale value because the car exploded? Hilarious.
That's good. That's funny.
What is this thing, anyway?
It's called the Cosmic Staff.
Oh, hey, what are the odds? That's also what I call my But as they get to talking about the staff and Starman and superheroes and Comic-Con and all that kind of stuff, Courtney starts to put the pieces together herself and more or less starts figuring out what's going on.
Are you all right? Court?
Why would the staff work for me if it only worked for Starman? What if Starman was my father?
Then the episode comes to an end with us finding out that the jock guy's dad is actually one of the supervillains that killed Starman like 10 years ago, and now he knows that someone's going around using Starman's staff thing.
The part about the staff, Junior.
Someone. They had this glowing thing.
What did they look like?
And we also learned that Courtney's stepdad's 1950 converter whatever car actually transforms into a robot power suit. Because at this point, why not?
Courtney! I told you not to touch the staff.
So yeah, this is a show. I mean, high school girl finds out she has gymnastic superpowers, her stepdad is actually her superhero dad's sidekick with his own Transformers car, and it's all happening in Nebraska of all places. So as far as superhero shows go, I mean, it seems pretty generic to me. Like, not bad necessarily, but just kinda, yeah. Now, for those of you who've been watching my channel for a while, first of all, thanks for sticking around. But also, like, it's no secret, if you're new to the channel, maybe you don't know, maybe this is your first video, I don't know, but like, it's no secret, like, I'm not really the biggest fan of superhero things. Like, I enjoy them on a very surface level. You know, it's fun action and special effects and all that. It's like, oh, it's fun to watch. But, I don't know, I don't really get as into it as some people do for some reason. I guess maybe because it's just so like oversaturated nowadays. Like, I don't know, it just seems like every other show or movie or something is based on a comic book or based on something, you know, superheroes, comic books, whatever it is. And it's just like, I don't know, not that's necessarily a bad thing, because like, you know, things having source material is fine. It's perfectly normal. But it's just like, I don't know, like everything is superhero. Well, not only is everything superheroes, but like not a lot of shows and movies really do anything different with the superhero thing. It's still the same type of origin story. It's still the same type of story beats. Like Stargirl pretty much just hits like all a lot of the same story beats. I mean, there is like a little bit of a different kind of uniqueness to it about how like her stepdad is Starman's old sidekick, and like, is Starman really her dad or is it not her dad? Spoilers, Starman's actually not her dad. Sorry if I ruined the whole show for you, but like shows like Umbrella Academy and stuff, they're a little bit different. You know, it's different setup, different type of world. Like things like that I think are unique and interesting, but for the most part, the typical, like, it just feels so like generic to me in a way. Like I said, I enjoy it, but I don't really, not really that into it. Like I don't really get how people can be so emotionally attached to superheroes, but like that's, you know, not saying that you shouldn't be, I'm just saying I don't really get it myself, that's all. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Follow me on Twitter if you want to. I don't really use it anymore, but you can follow if you want, I guess. I started up a new podcast recently, it's called Doing the Devil's Tango. It's like a dating story advice type of podcast. If you're interested, link is down below, check it out. If you just want to listen to me talk about other people's dating lives for like 55 minutes, there you go. Anyway, above all else, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.